On the 23, we had the opening night live showcase, highlighting the games present at Gamescom. The show had some interesting announcements, but also had some bad things in it. Normally, I would talk about them more or less in the order they were shown, but this time I decided to first start with what left a better impression and leave the bad stuff to talk at the end. So let's review it. Callisto Protocol had another trailer, and showed a powerful stasis gun and enemies capable of mutating, which is not a revolutionary game mechanic, but the way the enemies transform by ripping themselves apart was neat. Goat Simulator 3 had a great trailer. It showed all the chaos you can cause in the world, which is expected of Goat Simulator, but they executed it perfectly, so even if they didn't show anything unexpected, it was still a great trailer. Unknown Worlds, the developers of Subnautica, revealed their new game Moonbreaker, a digital miniatures game, with players selecting miniatures and compete on small fields, plus being able to paint your miniatures just like you wouldn't do in real life. I think that's a really good idea for a game emulating miniatures like Warhammer. And the slogan, "Many ways to play," got me to chuckle. Lies of P was probably the highlight of the show for many people. The trailer showed some new characters, environments, and more of the enemies, particularly bosses, and the combat looks more polished compared to the last time they've shown it. Overall, they didn't blow anyone's mind, but they did manage to turn more heads toward their game, so good for them. Now for the middle of the pack. These I think were okay trailers. They weren't amazing, but they also didn't shoot themselves in the foot. Quantic Dream is publishing an underwater game called Under the Waves. I couldn't tell what was the focus of the game, if it was more an adventure-focused game or more survival-focused. The trailer managed to catch more of my interest, but it needs to tell players a little more about what it is. Return to Monkey Island did what I was expecting. A trailer with the release date of September 19 and a good joke about horse armor. Friends vs. Friends is an FPS combined with cards. I would like to see a longer dive into the gameplay to have a better idea on how much the cards affected, but for a first trailer it did its job of introducing the idea. Atlas Fallen had a very generic CG trailer, but the little clips of gameplay shown at the end looked interesting, hinting at it being a monster hunting game, but I would like to see more of it before judging it. The show ended with Dead Island 2, which is now a real game after 8 years. The gameplay trailer was fine, but it could have used less cuts. I was not impressed, but this could be just me, since I'm not big on zombie games on the first place. Also, it was nice seeing an astronaut talking from the ISS. It's the kind of thing that isn't related to gaming at all, but you still respect it since it is a cool thing. And now the bad stuff. The show opened with Everywhere, a game from Leslie Benzies, former developer at Rockstar. I have been hearing rumors of his new studio working in some huge game, but when Everywhere was revealed, it was underwhelming. The vague way the devs talked about players making their own experience made it sound like some sort of metaverse/Fortnite kind of thing, which is not what players are very interested these days, and the amount of quick clips showing a bunch of different things that don't seem connected together made this impression even worse. The Hogwarts Legacy trailer focused on the unforgivable curses, but honestly I feel like it was a worse showing than last time. It didn't really introduce anything new and just showing some of the spell combat against a bunch of zombie enemies. It announced a deluxe edition and is releasing in February 10th next year. Sonic Frontiers showing the antagonist of the game, a small girl in digital form, but honestly they should have shown more of the structured stages. We only had a glimpse of them and showing more of the open world isn't really getting anyone interested. Also a brief clip of a boss fight, which also wasn't very interesting. High on Life showcased a boss battle, which I think was a good way of showing the game in action, but the guns talking have me worried. I talked in the previous video how comedy is hard to do in video games, but the excess of talking could get annoying really fast if the guns talk as much as they did during the boss fight. Kojima coming out to announce that he's making a podcast was the lowest point of the showcase. Not only that, but I think that was the lowest point of video game showcases in a while, and I'm counting the Annapurna Dev Diary show of last month. The Pokemon car was also bad, though not as bad as Kojima since at least announcing cars has become a staple of bad things to show in conferences, but coming to announce a podcast is a new low. Whoa. This year's opening night live showcase was more on the bad side. The good trailers couldn't really compensate for the bad ones, and some bad moments throughout the show also helped bring it down. Another bad point was the excess of non-games shown. Trailers so short or CG only that give no idea for the person watching it on how the game plays or even what the game is about. If it were an E3 event, where some of the games are so far away that you can get away with showing little, that would be fine. But Gamescom is a consumer show, so the trailers have to be at least more indicative of what they are and how they will play. This is the end of this video. If you agree or disagree with me, leave a comment below and I will see you on the next video.
Whoa.